On the island of Crete lived a cruel and powerful king by the name of Minos.
Wahahaha!
People all over the Greek world feared his army and navy and paid the heavy fines Minos demanded just to be left alone. The people of Athens had to pay an especially heavy price. Minos' son had died on a visit to Athens, so Minos made Athens pay blood money to make sure that this tragic event would never be forgotten.
Every 9 years, the king of Athens, Aegeus, had to send 7 young men and 7 young women to Crete. Choosing those 14 youths was agony because everyone knew that the horrible fate would be. In exchange for peace for the rest of Athens, those unlucky victims would be taken to Crete and fed to a deadly creature named the Minotaur.
Ah! The Minotaur had the body of a human with the head of a bull. It was huge and powerful, and it was staggered and it had to death. Because it was so ugly, Minos kept the Minotaur in a massive face on the lap of nature and it never ceased. The victims of Athens were brought to Athens one by one, left there until the Minotaur found them. Thus confused, they never knew when they'd eat the meat.
Aegeus, your time is up. King Minos says that you must be prepared to give him your next batch of youth when he arrives tomorrow. And he says if you are slow in choosing them, he will destroy Athens and take even more victims himself.
Is there no way out of this terrible bargain? To save our city, we must send our children to their deaths. But there's no way out. Quickly, we must hold a lottery and see who must go to Crete.
Father, wait. We can't just send these children off to die. Why, they're the same age that I am. We've got to do something.
No, my son. As long as the Minotaur lives and Minos keeps demanding his ransom, there's no way out.
And send me as one of the 14. I know that I can defeat that evil beast and put a stop to Minos' cruel game.
Sending these people to their deaths is bad enough for me. If I lose you too, my heart would break. Then Athens would be without its king and its prince.
But I can win. With the gods on my side, I won't fail you or our people.
The king saw something in his son's eyes that gave him hope. He knew that with all the talking about the gods, would watch over him. So he let him go as one of the victims. Instead of wearing his royal robe, Theseus put on a simple white tunic worn by the other 13 youths. He also left behind the royal ring his father had given him. Now no one knew he was the king's son.
Theseus, I want you to take these white sails with you. If you succeed in the mission, hoist those sails on your ship instead of the black sails that sailors normally use. I'll watch the sea every day and pray that I see your white sails of victory hang toward home.
Okay, I won't forget.
Scene 2, the journey to Crete.
The next day, King Minos arrived to collect the victims. He gloated as the youths, including Theseus, were led onto his ship. Though Theseus stood tall, his companions wept as they left their friends and family, expecting never to see them again. The trip to Crete was to be dark and gloomy, but not for Minos. He enjoyed hearing the victims' sobs and mocked them, and he felt like it.
My pet is very hungry. It's been 9 years since he's had some Athenians over for dinner. You'll make a splendid 14-course meal for my bullish friend.
Watch out, King Minos. The gods will punish you for putting us through this torture.
Oh, a rebel?
I know the gods are on the side of the right. That is, our side.
Oh, really? Let's check the score so far. You were chosen by a lottery to become a human sacrifice. You were abandoned by family and friends and given a one-way ride to the bullpen of a man-eating monster. Look at me. On the other hand, I'm a rich and powerful king. I wonder whose side the gods are on.
It's true you've had your fun, but soon it's going to be over.
Minos could see that his bold fellow was getting his crew nervous. He knew that with all the talking about the gods, it would look bad for him to kill Theseus right there. But Minos always had an evil scheme when he needed one.
Enough already with this talk. We'll have a little test that will prove whether the gods are really interested in helping you. I'll drop one of my rings into the ocean. If the gods favor you, you'll dive in and bring my ring right back.
That's a deal.
Minos took a plain-looking ring off his finger and threw it into the sea. Like a shot, Theseus dove off the side of the ship to retrieve it.
Set all sails! Let's get this ship moving!
But your highness, shouldn't we wait for the youth to come back up? He'll never be able to catch up with our ship. We'd be leaving him here to drown.
Oh, really? What a pity that would be. Anyone who doesn't obey my orders will be an appetizer for the Minotaur. Set all sails. Let's get cracking.
Under the waves, Theseus began to regret his ways. His lungs were ready to burst, and the sea was cold and dark. How could he ever find that ring?
But the gods did not forget Theseus. Just when it seemed that he couldn't last any longer, Theseus found that he could breathe underwater.
I could breathe underwater.
Then he felt two things flash by on either side of him. Sharks, his mind screamed.
Sharks!
But they were dolphins, friendly dolphins who had come to be his guides.
Hey look, friendly dolphins.
Theseus grabbed one of their fins, and they pulled him farther and farther into the water deep. At last they reached the rim of the mermaids.
The caves at the bottom of the sea were filled with gold and silver treasures taken by sunken ships. One mermaid swam up to Theseus, being already in his.
It's not such a beautiful ring. I don't believe I came all this way down here just to achieve. Here, have it.
After that, the dolphins pulled Theseus onto Crete, ahead of Minos' ship, so he was there to greet the king when the ship arrived. Minos was shocked, but said nothing except to order Theseus back with the other victims.
Chain him up with all the others and bring him to the palace dungeon. If the gods are really on his side, they'll save him from the Minotaur. No one else can.
Ariadne, Midas' daughter, watched from her palace window as the victims trudged to the prison where they would be held, were placed in the labyrinth.
I wonder who that fellow is in front line. He seems so brave for somebody who's about to die. Oh, why does my father do these horrible things?
She fell in love with Theseus at first sight and promised herself that she would not let him die like all the others.
I'm not going to let him die like all the others.
Perhaps he could even help her escape from her evil father.
Scene 3, the plan. While the guards were sleeping, Ariadne crept to the cell where Theseus was being held.
Wake up, but don't make a sound.
Did the king send you here to torment me?
No, I'm Minos' daughter, but I want to help save you from the Minotaur.
Is this some kind of a trick?
Listen to me. No matter how brave you are, you'll die without my help. Even if the Minotaur doesn't kill you, you'll be trapped in the labyrinth forever. It's an endless maze in there. Here, take this ball of string. Once they shut you inside the labyrinth, tie it under the string to the doorway. And when you move around inside the maze, pull it with you. And if you are successful and you defeat the Minotaur, you can follow it back to safety.
But how can I find the beast before it finds me?
The Minotaur is lazy. It thinks it can find its victims anytime it wants. It's sleep slave. You have to find it while it's sleeping and surprise it. That's your only hope of winning.
And what can I do to repay you for your help?
Yeah. Help me escape from this island. I can't stand my father and his wicked ways.
It's a deal. When I leave this island with my friends from Athens, we'll take you with us.
Scene 4, the battle.
The next day, a smiling and singing Minos visited the young Athenians in prison.
Well, the time has come for the Minotaur to be fed. Any volunteers for the first round?
Let me be first. I think the gods will protect me.
I couldn't have picked a better candidate. Bring him to the labyrinth at dawn tomorrow. Let's start 14 days of feasting to celebrate our little agreement with Athens.
Theseus was brought to the entrance of the maze just before sunrise the next day. There he stopped and turned to address Minos one more time before entering.
This bloodshed will end, and Athens will no longer feed the Minotaur.
Then he was shoved inside the maze, and a door slammed behind him. Though other victims had to be forced at a certain point into its scary paths, Theseus seemed almost glad to be entering the labyrinth.
I must say, I've never seen such a willing sacrifice. What a relief! Now that troublemaker's gone, I'm sure the others will give me no problem.
Theseus didn't forget that Ariadne had told him. He had hidden the string inside his clothes. He attached the end of the string to the maze door, and now he was ready to be inside.
Following the low rumble of the Minotaur snores, Theseus stumbled ahead as quickly as he could until he was near the beast. As he inched closer, the Minotaur opened its eyes and jumped up.
All right. I want a clean fight here. No biting, no tripping, and no punching below the belt. Got it? Got it? All right then. Let's get ready to rumble!
Fierce battle with their bare hands. Theseus grabbed the Minotaur. The animal's power was enormous. The first skull bursted out of the garlic and sandwich. It was a miracle that Theseus was able to hold his own. For the longest bend of the beast, the deadly showdown finally came to an end when Theseus took a formal feast. Thank the gods for the help.
Thank you, gods!
Following Ariadne his amaze, Theseus was able to find the path back to freedom.
Ariadne, I've won!
I want to believe it, but I still can't. How did you get past the guard to the entrance to the labyrinth?
He was asleep when I came out. I guess he never expected anyone to walk out alive. Now quick, let's gather the rest of the Athenians and get out of here. We've got to get off this island before anyone catches on.
So they gathered the other Athenians together and sailed for Athens. But the gods who had supported Theseus now sent bad luck this way.
As Sean forced the ship to land on Theseus Island, Ariadne was supposed to go ashore. Just as she reached shore, though, a powerful gust of wind drove the ship across the sea again. By the time Theseus was able to force his way back to the island, Ariadne had died, probably of a broken heart.
No one knows exactly what happened, but God could have such a terrible thing to take place. Only this much is clear. When Theseus set sail for Athens once again, he was so upset by Ariadne's death that he completely forgot to change his ship's sails as he had promised his father. His ship sailed on with black sails instead of white, sails of victory he had promised to use.
A ship. I see a ship coming from Crete. Looks like the ship that carried my son away. Oh, please let the sails be white and not black.
When the old king saw that the ship had black sails, his heart broke. Ow! And he collapsed in grief, falling from his tower into the sea. From then on, that sea was called by his name. Today we still call it the Aegean Sea.
All the Athens rejoice that the captain had his last home alive, and the Minotaur has been killed. But Theseus couldn't celebrate that today. He lost not only Ariadne, but his father as well. It was with a heavy heart that he became Athens' new king, and began reeling clear that some would say would bring democracy to the land of Greece.